Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Carrasco from Seagoville High School. This is the second video on learning what a graphic designer does. In this video, we're going to cover part 3 and part 4, some of the software that graphic designers will need to learn, and the different degrees and certifications that a graphic designer may need to have. So let's get started. So now let's look at the different types of softwares that graphic designers can use. Now there are hundreds, and I'm only hitting on a few. The first one is Adobe Photoshop, probably one of the most popular ones. This one is great for editing photographs, giving special effects, image manipulation, but you can also create your own illustrations in Adobe Photoshop. Next, we have Adobe Illustrator. Now, this is one of my favorites. This is a vector-based editing software. It has limitless scaling capabilities. So what that means is my designs can be scaled down to the size of a penny or be blown up to the size of a billboard, and you're still going to have those sharp, clean edges, straight lines. This is the preferred software for creating logos because logos need to go on all different types of surfaces, icons and graphics. Next, we have Adobe InDesign. This type of software specializes in layout, so it has a lot of templates that you can use. It's great for web design and also for print or digital media. So as you can see, a brochure, but maybe you're trying to make a really cool layout in a poster. Next, we have Adobe XD, which is Experience Design. That's what the XD stands for. So this is great for creating websites. It's what you're going to want to use for creating mobile apps or games. So there are hundreds of different softwares that you can use as a graphic designer. I chose to display a few of the Adobe softwares because 90% of the graphic design industry uses Adobe products. But you can do research, you can find tons of different software companies out there. Some offer free design softwares and some you have to pay for. So you can search for the one that works best for you. So now we're at part 4 of this lesson, degrees and certifications. The main difference between those two is that degrees offer somebody a full in-depth knowledge of their field, and a certificate really just focuses on maybe one particular skill for the certification. So, moving on, degrees. The National Association of Schools for Art and Design have over 300 accredited universities, and 17 of those universities or colleges are in Texas. You can see I put a list right there on the screen. We have a ton in Texas. Brookhaven College is a part of the Dallas County Community College line, and they honor the Dallas Promise Pledge, along with Texas A&M University in Commerce. Now, any one of these colleges or universities offer a plethora of different degrees in graphic design or in a graphic design related field that a graphic designer can still use to get employment. So they offer associates in graphic design, bachelor's, master's, or even a PhD in graphic design or one of the related fields. Moving on to certifications. Now, a certificate, like I mentioned earlier, focuses on a specific skill, but it still is really great in helping to boost your graphic design career because it shows that you have obtained this skill. There's web design and graphics, web design and development, digital communication. Adobe offers a certificate in all of their products. You can be a certified associate, a certified expert, or a certified master. So there are hundreds of different certifications that you can take in the field of graphic design or in a related field that still is very useful. You just got to find one that you want to take. Depending on the type of education that you're going to have or going to want, is going to depend on the type of employment that you want to have. So there are really 2 different types of employments for graphic designers. You can be a freelance graphic designer or you can be a full-time graphic designer. So a freelance designer is somebody that is self-employed. They work for themselves. They find their own clients. They get to pick and choose on the projects that they want to work on. But one of the downfalls is if there's no work, then there is no pay, because a graphic designer in freelance gets paid for the projects that they complete. You do not need to have college or any kind of certification to be a freelance graphic designer, but you'll find that most of them do have one of those two things. Now, a full-time employed graphic designer is somebody who works for, let's say, like a graphic design agency, or they work for an organization as their graphic designer. Usually these jobs require at least a bachelor's degree in graphic design or one of the related fields, but at upside, they're salary paid, or they get paid based on hourly. So whichever type of employment that you want to have, every graphic designer needs a portfolio. So let's take a look at what is a portfolio. A portfolio is a collection of your work that highlights your skills and abilities as a graphic designer. So anybody in the design field, whether you're an artist that makes paintings or a graphic designer that uses software, you're gonna want to have a collection of your work to show your clients or to show during an interview for your job, so that the company or your clients can see the work that you've previously done, and that's how they get to decide whether they want you to work for their team or they want you to take on their project. In another lesson, I'm going to go more in depth on how to create a graphic design portfolio. So I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson, and I have tons of lessons out there, so just check them out. Thanks for watching, everyone.